So today we're going to be diving into my top 5 favorite drugstore foundations. They're accessible, they're affordable, and they are beautiful. So in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Cat's Eye Beauty. And if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm over 50 years old and I love testing out makeup and skincare, everything from drugstore to high-end and everything in between. And today I've whittled it down to my top 5 favorite drugstore foundations. I was going over my playlist of foundations and I did not realize I have done a review on 65 different foundations. 65. That is a lot of foundation. And there were some duds and there were some amazing foundations in the mix. I did a lot of research to make sure which foundations were my top 5. I even went back and tested them just to make sure if that was really a favorite of mine. And I can't wait to share my list of top 5. You're not going to believe it. And will your favorite foundation be on this list? So let's get into it. By the way, everything I'm wearing is drugstore. And at the end of the video, I will reveal my favorite foundation, which I am wearing right now. So let's get into it. Now these are in no particular order, but I did save the best for last, and I can't wait to dive into all of these. So in no particular order, I'm going to start out with the KOKIE HD Skin Perfect Foundation. Now this comes in 18 shades and it retails for $12.99. You can get it off the KOKIE website. You can even order it off Rite Aid. Actually, I did order it off the Rite Aid website, and I'm in the shade 20W. The shade for me is absolutely perfect, but it comes in a frosted glass and a pump, and it was actually made in Italy. It's a semi-matte finish, and it is medium to full coverage. This foundation actually reminds me a lot of the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation, which is a lot more expensive. But this has beautiful medium to full coverage. It does have a semi-matte finish. You can actually build it from medium to full coverage. Since it is a semi-matte finish, I do like to finish it off with a dewy finishing spray, but that's just me. My favorite finishing spray is the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. It hydrates and it offers such a beautiful luminous glow, and it's fantastic over matte foundations, but not drugstore, but still a very good product. But I absolutely love the coverage from the KOKIE HD foundation. This is when you want your face to look very flawless, but absolutely love this. And I really think a dupe for this is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. Now, the next drugstore foundation that I absolutely love is from L'Oreal. It is the Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. This comes with an SPF of 50 and it's supposed to provide a natural radiant finish. This is specifically targeted for mature women. Now, I know, mature women, but if you do have normal to dry skin, I think you would absolutely love this formula. It retails for $15.99 and it comes in 15 shades. It's infused with vitamin B3 as well as a hydrating serum. I love the plastic tube. It's so easy to travel with. It's a rather runny formula, and with serums, I tend to go super light with, but this is a stunning formula. It's super dewy. And as you can see, it's quite runny, but it just provides such a beautiful luminous glow. With a radiant serum, you would think the coverage is not that full, but this is definitely buildable and it's super hydrating. So if you have normal to dry skin, you would absolutely love this. And I'm in the shade Ivory Beige or 60, but it's just so luminous and glossy. It really gives you that glossy looking skin. Now, this is definitely a foundation that I like to powder down with so it doesn't look too greasy. But in the wintertime, it's a beautiful serum foundation. But this is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. This one kind of caught me off guard. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it is the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It Foundation and Concealer. Talk about coverage, talk about dewiness. This delivers. It retails for $11.99 and it comes in 12 shades and it has a natural radiant glow. Now, I find in my experience when I'm testing out foundations that I always look at the ingredients. If it's a dimethicone based foundation, then I kind of forego primer or cyclopentasiloxane, which is a silicone based compound. Anything with dimethicone or silicone in it is just going to lay smoothly on your complexion. And this is one of those foundations. I found in my experience that I don't need a primer, but this is such a beautiful formula. It's hydrating, it's a natural radiant finish. This recently came out probably a couple months ago. And you can totally find it in the drugstore. You can find it anywhere, but it has a scent. I'm not gonna lie, it does have a scent that does dissipate after a while, but it is kind of a unique formula. It's quite thick. I'm in the shade Fair to Light, but as you can see, but it's such a beautiful formula, and the coverage you would not believe. Now the next foundation that I absolutely love, you're not gonna believe how much it costs. It retails for $6.70. I mean, talk about affordable. The Ordinary Serum Foundation. Now, it does come in 21 shades. It's almost criminal how affordable this is. Again, this contains dimethicone and cyclopentasiloxane, so it's gonna lay really smooth on top of your complexion. It does have a pH balance of 6.0 to 8.25. It's supposed to have some sort of pigment in the formula that's not supposed to settle into my fine lines. And when I retested it again this week, I was so pleasantly surprised. It did not settle into my fine lines, but this is so affordable. I actually ordered it off the Ulta website, and I'm in the shade 2.0Y. Beautiful formula, doesn't settle into your fine lines, and it's not too greasy like most serum foundations. It's just a beautiful consistency that's easy to build up or sheer out if that's your cup of tea. But absolutely love the Ordinary Serum Foundation. We are down to my number one foundation, which is drugstore, which I believe it costs $5.99. I know, I test out foundations that are like 10 times that amount. If you know me by now, I absolutely love the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. Oh my gosh. And it's what I'm actually wearing today. When it first launched, it only came out in 7 shades, but I'm happy to report it's getting better. Now they have upped it to 12 shades, and hopefully they will expand the shade range. But it retails for $5.99, and it contains hyaluronic acid as well as squalane. We all know that hyaluronic acid is supposed to draw the moisture out of the air and plump it back into your complexion, and that's exactly what this does. It has such a beautiful light to medium coverage, but you can definitely build it up. It's cruelty-free, it's fragrance-free, and of course, it's vegan. Now, I'm in the shade light medium, and having mature skin, I love using cream products. It plays beautifully with cream blushes, and in my experience, whenever you use something like a tinted hydrator, whenever you're laying down something that's cream-based as well, it tends to slide around. Not the tinted hydrator from Wet n Wild. It stays beautifully in place. It gives me that natural finish that's just stunning. And the blush that I used today was the Flower by Drew Gel Crush Lip and Cheek Blush. This is such a fun formula. Of course, it's cream based and has such beautiful pigment. And I got the shade Raspberry, and of course it smells like raspberry. How can you resist? But this is definitely drugstore prices and affordable as well. You can find Wet n Wild anywhere. You can find it in the drugstore. You can find it in the grocery store. I mean, for $5.99, you cannot go wrong. It has skin-loving ingredients, and I have tried Wet n Wild's Photo Focus foundation, the dewy kind as well as the matte kind. Did not like it. So I could not believe I actually love this as much as I do. It seems like it has such a different formula from all their other foundations. Now, this tinted hydrator does contain dimethicone, but it's not one of the first ingredients. In fact, the first ingredient, I believe, is water. In my opinion, you don't need a primer. It just lays on my complexion so smooth, so fresh, and it hydrates my skin at the same time. It has that perfect amount of glow, and if you want more coverage, you can build it up. This is the foundation I'm wearing today. I think it's absolutely lovely. It's one of those hydrators where you can actually see your skin peeking through. I mean, at this point in my life, I'm not looking to cover everything up. I don't mind if my skin is peeking through. I think it looks natural. I think it has a beautiful finish, and it's lovely. So I hope you enjoyed my top 5 favorite drugstore foundations. I really had fun going back and revisiting all these foundations and finding out, yes, I truly love them. But in my next upcoming video, I'm gonna be testing out yet again a brand new foundation. This time it's high-end. It's a little pricey, but I can't wait to see if it works for our mature skin. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would love it if you would be a part of my family. And for more foundation reviews, check out the playlist down here. All 65 of them. And for skincare reviews, check out the playlist up here. But for now, mahal kita, I love you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. I think I'm having way too much fun here. It's time for a cocktail time. Foundations and seeing if Oh boy, thanks. It's like, I'm on top of it. Do I look yellow? Maybe I should